Doesn't make sense why it's so high. Hi, it is Pick Central. I am Brandon Walker, and we are back for another week of gambling and talking shit about it and just being terrible at gambling. That's what we do here at Barstool. We suck at pretty much all things, including gambling. So, to my left, the returning Big Ev wasn't here Friday, but he is back in the chair today. Hello, Big Ev.
I actually have some big breaking news.
Ooh.
Huge.
Really?
I booked a big guest.
On today's show?
No, not today.
Okay.
We can talk what day. This
right.
week. Has to be this week.
Okay, fair.
I spoke to his management. So I was walking down the street. I was stopped dead in my tracks by the Papa Shot FedEx man.
Yes.
He wants in.
To the show.
He's retiring on Friday.
From FedEx?
Yes.
So
Wow.
he'll come join the show after that?
Before he wants.
Oh, I
no,
see.
This is it. Like it's this week. Or
Oh,
nothing.
I see. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
He was adamant. He was talking to me. He got very close to my face. Stunningly close for a pandemic.
Okay, so we'll get him in.
He actually was another person tried to talk to him. He said, "Shut up, I'm talking business," and then went back to revert to talk to me.
I love this man so much.
He wants to come on. He wants to tell his story. He says, "You know how fucking long I've been working for FedEx? Friday's his last day, last shift."
Well,
He's
he's
like air out FedEx.
We're gonna have him on the show. We'll have him on the show
He
this
said
week.
he basically said Thursday or Friday. He's going to be here today. He will pop in at some point during the show.
Okay, and then
he's going
we'll
to come in and drop off at the package.
So we'll have Thursday or Friday Papa Shot. And you know what? How about for that day we'll roll the Papa Shot out here and let him take.
I was like, please. I was like, I'll talk to my guys. We would love to have you though.
Yeah,
I know
he's
for
coming.
A fact.
He's coming.
He
Great
said,
job.
Has to be Thursday or Friday. He pretty much said that's it. Friday's his last day. I don't think he'll be coming to New York City anymore. Is my understanding.
Fantastic
Wow,
job,
good for
Big
him.
F. To my right, Big Ben Mintz is back.
Yeah. Good. Well, I was
You
here
were
all
here
week.
last
I was here all last week.
Yeah, but you're
We had
back from the weekend.
That's true. Back from the weekend. Had a pretty laid-back weekend. I got to say, I'm a hard guy to rattle, but the Ole Miss baseball choke this weekend, even by Ole Miss standards, was really something. And that, Brandon, that's saying something.
Yeah. It was a tough weekend for you guys down there at Texas A&M. Let one player beat you. He had
five homers, 10 RBIs. He had a walk-off Friday, and he's the only hitter they have. And Ole Miss is up 5-2 in the seventh, and on an 0-2 count, he hits a grand slam to beat us yesterday. I mean, it's just
You're gonna be okay.
Yeah, but I mean, our season's going down, but
You gonna fire
nothing
the
new
coach?
there.
You gonna fire the coach?
I'm actually still a supporter, but
You should be. And any
'cause
Ole
we
Miss
didn't have a
fan that wants
program
to-
before it.
Anybody who wants to fire that coach is an idiot. Okay, so the man of the hour though is to my
Show of the hour.
the show of the hour. Oh, you're not.
Your show is technically show of the hour. I want to.
That would be true in a literal sense.
The whole whatever Jeff, good job. That ends today. It's the show now.
Okay.
We talk about the show.
It's not about the people. It's about the show.
Not about it. No, it is. It's about everybody but me. It's the show.
Okay, you had your moment last
celebrate
week.
the
Now it's about the show.
People fucking argued, Kirk, all that stuff. They went back and like.
But they're
it's the
just
show.
fucking morons who want to argue. Don't worry about that.
I didn't-
Okay, all right.
I'm not trying to. I'm just saying, like they had the back and forth. Marty had his fucking tweets or whatever.
Again,
We're talking about this. It's the show now.
it's about the show.
Correct.
Okay, so the show, the Dozen Trivia Tournament starts tonight. It starts tonight with the play-in game that is Team ZD against Uptown Balls.
Correct.
So
Some very funny moments in this one.
very funny moments. I think if you are worried out there, will this translate to studio? Will it go from what it has been, Zoom, to studio? The answer is an emphatic yes. I think that answer is easy yes. Would you agree?
Yeah, that was the main goal. That's the thing. It's really just the dozen dressed up nice. That's just all it is.
Yeah.
Like that's just what it is. The only real difference is because it's going to have a little more eyeballs and definitely like it's a kind of a bigger sponsorship deal. We don't have the music we usually do. So all music was replaced by Roan scatting / doo-wopping the music.
Really?
So you're going to hear the music they heard, but just it's performed by Roan doo-wopping them all.
Okay. Well, that's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it's the same songs, but it's Roan singing them. Yeah.
Okay. I think I like that better.
Yeah,
it's good for first week. By week two, hopefully we won't be tired of. I'm just joking.
Roan. Oh man, I was like, Ben Mintz hates Roan. What the fuck?
I love
Okay.
I love Ryan.
No, I think people will like it. I don't think it loses any of like the charm. We kept some rules in place to make sure that's the case.
Did you consider just sending the graphics department over here the bracket, or did you have to carry this?
I just enjoy bringing this thing around.
Have you carried that ever? Do you take that to your apartment every night and make sure it's okay?
No, it sits by my desk. It's on. This is the one that isn't obviously filled out.
I was terrible when I looked down. I was like, I hope he grabbed the right one.
No, the one that is filled out is sitting upstairs hidden.
Yeah.
Hidden. I may not be able to find it again.
It's in a lockbox.
Yeah.
Gigantic lockbox.
Al
So
Gore.
everybody's terrified of spoilers, so we won't talk about it too much. But it starts tonight. You've got the schedule out there, so if you're a Minahan fan, if you're a ZD fan, you look at the schedule, you see when you guys play.
Yeah, and we're treating it like a live sporting event. So yes, if you don't watch at 7 o'clock, I would get off Twitter. That's one of those things. Here's the deal with the dozen. I know, like, it's grandfathered in. Like, the OG fans watch in the morning.
Right.
Most people don't watch in the morning. That's just how it is. Most people watch in the evening. If you don't want it spoiled,
you've known that for a while too, right?
Correct. That's just been the case. We do it because it's a lot of stuff goes out at night, and we're gonna go back to mornings. Like, it's kind of a cool spot for us to have. But for the tournament, it goes at night. We're gonna tweet it as it goes. If you don't want it spoiled, I would stay off Twitter. I would mute #thedozen. That'll be the best way to avoid it. But otherwise, it's gonna go up 7, 6 Central, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for the next 3 weeks. Then it wraps up with the championship game the Thursday before Memorial Day weekend. So this week you have the playing game, Uptown Balls versus ZD. Dave, can he help ZD move on? He has a couple comments about Rico. Then tomorrow you'll have Gen XYZ against Spit and Chicklets, the 8-9 matchup. Thursday, Smockin versus Chicago, the 6-11. And then you, Brandon, will play the winner of whoever wins the match tonight. I've not spoiled it yet in this whole description. This is incredible. Brandon, your team, the experts, Fran and PFT, will be taking on the winner of the playing game on Thursday night.
Well, I've won. So if 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central, what all platforms is it hitting exactly?
All of them.
Okay.
Watch on YouTube, please.
Oh,
Okay.
is that where you want to put
Watch
that
on YouTube.
Okay.
Don't watch on Twitter.
Great question, man.
It's a fucking great question. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and BarstoolSports.com. If you're going to watch on two places, watch on BarstoolSports.com or YouTube.
YouTube's certainly the most TV friendly of all the options.
sure.
Correct. Yeah, but the Barstool app, I think on Apple TV should pop it up live as well. It's a nice app. It's a very good app, actually.
So,
for Barstool content.
I feel like nobody has spoiled anything yet. So we're just going to stop talking about this particular one. And what about season 2? Any plans so far?
Yeah, season 2. It's not like a break. I'm not like taking a vacation, but I have to go. I'm going on a trip. We're doing this other thing that I can't like say much about, so I just physically won't be here.
I didn't know you were going on that.
Yeah, I'll be on the road. I'm hosting it.
Oh, cool.
Which is cool. So we're gonna do that. So, and I want a little time to reconfigure the look of the show. The biggest complaint we get is I want to see people's faces bigger. It's a tough thing for me to brush under the rug after you see them literally in person. So we're going to reconfigure the graphics, the look of the show. Going to try to make it easier for me to edit so it's cleaner and just can get them out quick. Also, there's going to be a free agency and trade period.
That's
what
my
you're
question.
Implying. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't implying that. I was just going to out and out ask that.
There's teams that didn't make it. Are they going to change it up? Teams that did make it, are they going to change it up? Well, Ev, I don't know. Is there going to be a split on 2.5
He's already said they're pretty much, yes, there's going to be a split.
I didn't say that for sure. He actually, it's tough because he was here last week, but we had some good bonding moments in the show. We need like a Soprano style sit down. We need to talk about, we either get up from that table and say, hey, let's give it another shot, let's re-sign a deal, or let's go our separate ways. We'll have to figure that out.
Definitely, I mean, you are keeping open the option that you can explore your options in free agency.
For sure, absolutely.
There's a lot of names being thrown around there. Frankie wants to own a team, but said he would also play.
Yeah.
He said he would like to put his own team together and be like the owner.
Well, there are certain guys like Frankie, KFC needs to play.
It sounds like
expansion teams coming.
Peanut Butter and Kelly. Yeah, it sounds like Nate, Trent, and Keegs are going to disband their team and find new things. I know Chef Donnie has a couple names in mind. Rudy's somebody who knows a ton about a bunch of random shit. He'll be good. So there's a lot of names. The goal is to add a couple solid teams, and so that way, the vote becomes a little tougher next year.
I threw out the idea a couple seasons down the line of just a straight draft.
I
just
love
a draft
that.
show. How
Just
good that
do
would
one
be.
season of a draft. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
I think probably after this season, I'm on record as a big never satisfied guy. I hate everything that I do. I think everything I put out stinks. So
Yeah, agreed.
at that point, it does. At that point, I'll probably say I want to redo. I need an injection of life, but that's a ways away. There could be trades too. I want to keep that clear. There could be trades.
Can I say something? I don't know that I like the idea of being a team governor or team owner. If you're going to be a part, you got to play. Like Marty's going to get together all these athletes because Marty's an idiot. Well, Marty just has to be an idiot.
Well, when Frankie said own a team, I'd imagine he was going to play, correct? Or he literally wanted to just
No, he
not
said
play?
he would play though. He said he was going to try to get Riggs to play. And,
Okay, that's the glaring omission. Foreplay, you need to fucking play. You just need to play. You have a
Trent's on a team.
Trent is, but I mean, Foreplay has enough guys. They can have.
Frankie did play. He was part of the worst performance in the history of the dozen. But they scored 2 points.
He was on the Yankees, boys.
Yeah. But he said he plays like I'm just not good at. He watches every episode. He's like I want to play, but he said he would play if he can put the right team together.
Okay.
Because I mean, I kind of I remember when how my team got started. I kind of put together the team. I went to Jeff. I said I wanted to put together a team. I asked for some suggestions, and that's how Team 2.5 Men came together.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to tear it apart.
No, I just know I am a good enough player to be in this tournament and do well. And it bothered me to sit on the sidelines and watch because I know I can be a great contributor on a great team. I know I can be.
Yeah.
So it was disheartening. It just made me that much more motivated for season 2.
When these things happen, like say the first week, it's Monday through Thursday, right? You can come in Friday and we can talk about the week that was without spoiling anything, right? We can actually talk about it. It's a live sporting event.
Live sporting event.
So we
can talk about today's tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good. So if
I know that's going to piss some people off.
No, fuck them. If they don't want it's a live sporting event.
How we're doing this one. It'll go back to normal for the rest of them, and then next year for the tournament, this will be the same thing. Unless I'm hopefully the show's still around, but that's the goal.
Listen, if you whine about spoilers, you kind of owe it to the rest of us to fucking watch it.
This is one of those things too where if we want the hype and if we want the build up and we want this to grow, it needs to have a moment these next 3 weeks, and you can't have a moment if you're not treating it like an event. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
People want to be able to play in an app. They want to play trivia for money in an app. That's possible. Let's.
I don't think what I'm about to say is a spoiler. It's fine. I feel like there's going to be a lot of moments in this tournament.
I see that I won't hype up. I don't know.
Okay.
I think there was things that we think are very funny. That were very entertaining. I think there wasn't one match that I walked out of there and said that was a bummer. I was very worried about that. Full disclosure, because we've had weeks where there's a bunch of matches in a row. They all go to overtime. They're all crazy, and then there's like 4 or 5 duds in a row.
Yeah, like when Chicago's sober. Right?
Yeah, I don't think there's any true duds in this tournament. I'll say that, and I think there's a bunch of moments that will live on. I will say there's a couple things tonight with Dave against Uptown Balls that were quite laugh out loud.
Here's one really stupid question. I don't think people understand the work that goes into it, but I'm sure it's a question you've got. A serious question from Robert Freed. Why was it not done live?
Honestly, you just can't get all the people in here. It just and I don't know how we would even do it live.
Yeah,
you would have to do. I mean, you would never cram them all into one day. That's just bad brand. That's just That's being bad at your job. That's just bottom line. If we just did them all live over one day, that's not I guess the NCAA tournament goes live, but that's not going to cause the hype. That's exactly why you see all these companies not doing these binge watches anymore. It's not creating any discussion. We want to create a discussion. And beyond that, would I love to do it live every night? Yeah, fuck yeah. Chicago isn't here. The Chicklets guys, I'd love to get them in next year. RA wouldn't have been able to do it every single night here.
Both my teammates are tough to get
right? Is Coley really going to live here for if they make multiple ones? Yeah, sure. I guess all these teams could be eliminated in the first round, but Robbie and Large, they had to be in Dallas for the Canelo fight.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest thing, more than anything, more than editing, all that. No, none of that. You couldn't get everybody here for that. So that's just how it had to be.
I thought you did good getting 31 out of 38 here. Was that the number?
It was 31 of 39.
That's hard. In this,
I'm very appreciative of everyone who fucking took time out of there. I mean, the Chicago's back for something like this week, and they stayed for 2 full days last week. And so that's. By the way, that's not a spoiler. They were going to be here for 2 full days regardless.
No, it was
no
already.
Matter how many they're in. Yeah. But so that's the biggest reason why. Could it be an easier way to do it next year? Maybe.
So tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Also, shout out to Trey and Youngstown Bob, because usually I edit all these. Trey and then our producer Robbie, they're doing a fucking unreal job. I'm hands off on the edit, except for reviews. They're, fucking crushing it.
So all your work is pretty much done.
Yeah, the social prepping stuff, and I'll do some review shit. But yeah, it's weird for me.
Will there be a post game show on any of these?
Each match has a short post game.
Okay.
I feel like we could do a 1 minute, because they're.
We will.
Yeah,
we will.
And it's perfect because even the people that watch in the morning, Pick Central starts at noon anyway. I want to ask you one other thing too. While we're at it, we're really pushing these shirts, encouraging all these fans to wear these team shirts. If you want to have watch parties, whatever, tag us.
Show us watching.
But
yes.
but like just as far as the merchandise goes, I know that's a big part of it.
keep buying. I know people want hats because the logos are so fucking cool. Like they look like minor league logos. Keep buying the shirts, and then you'll get some hats. We just got to prove that there's a bit of a market here.
Buy the
before we start
shirts.
getting cool stitched hats. We're not cool show. I'm happy people like it. We ain't fucking Checo till we ain't call her daddy. So let's prove that.
Who sold the most shirts so far?
I believe it's Frank and the Frankettes.
That makes sense. They got the best logo.
Yeah, I know the Honkers are up there.
Honkers have a great logo.
Yak's up there.
Yeah, it's Honker's great logo. ZD's got a great logo.
ZD, that ZD, that piece of pasta.
That's a true
on
minor
hat.
league logo. That's
It
a
is.
great logo.
I love that. I think it's Nick's least favorite logo too.
Really?
Yeah, because he doesn't. The Chicago logo is like just going to be their logo now.
Yeah.
I don't like our logo, but I've discussed that.
I know
many
you
times.
don't like the logo. Okay. We'll
that's
get
okay.
into future logos.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? I
If
don't
you,
know
if
about.
you win the thing, you can't get rid of it. Though that's the thing that happens in sports. Teams that win typically, I know why they do this because then they can make new merch after they win. I think it's so stupid that they make, like the Cavs won a title, they broke a curse and they just got new things.
Yeah.
But the Red Sox did that after they won in 2004. They got new jerseys. So you keep the thing you broke the curse in, but I get it.
We'll see.
They
we'll
make
see.
money.
We'll see. I don't like not being in the top 3 of jersey sales, so I'm angry right now.
How hard have you pushed it?
Very hard. I've worn mine multiple times
Okay.
on every
Keep
show.
pushing it.
Yeah, I will. I sure as hell will.
Thank you.
How?
I'm excited. I'm very excited for people to
Did you have a
watch.
nice restful weekend?
I never sleep.
Okay. All right.
I'm just excited.
good.
I'm very excited. I'm appreciative that people cared enough about this, on the people who watched and the people who showed up. It meant a lot to me. So,
And you especially appreciate the guys that played 73 times.
yeah, I thought you played more than that, honestly.
Now I have. It's up to 70, 77, or 78.
Yeah,
but
and also there's other matches we didn't count towards that.
correct. Yeah, I'm up there over the 80
Your
mark.
best match actually didn't count to your stats. So.
Yeah, that should be the record. 20 points in the college basketball,
Yeah.
which was, as far as this show, I know it was an exhibition, still the most fun I've had on the whole thing. With Gottlieb and all that.
That was the
and
most uncomfortable I've been on the whole show.
I know. That's why it was so fun. It was fantastic. All right. 7 p.m. tonight Eastern, and 7 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This week, Monday, Tuesday,
3
Wednesday,
weeks.
Thursday. Next week, Monday,
3
Tuesday,
weeks.
Wednesday, Thursday.
And then we'll be back, I think, early-ish July, late June. Again, I'm on that road. We want to make sure that when we come back, we don't just come back with the same show. We come back with a little improvement.
I like the July, August because that's a slower sports time.
Yeah.
That's a great time.
Also,
get
niche
going.
categories are going to be revamped for the next season to how we do those. So
when
that's a little-
are we going to have the preseason meeting? You said I could be in the planning
Yeah,
meeting.
you absolutely will be. You're a flagship member.
Mm-hmm.
I know. You just want me to fucking say that.
I
I just
did,
wanted
sure
to hear
did.
you
God
say it.
damn
yeah,
it.
yeah. Thanks, Jeff. All right, great show. That's a dozen. And there it goes with his graphic.
Jeff D. Brackets.
He's going to lunch in a minute. If you see him walking down 7th Avenue in New York, he's going to be carrying that. Just phenomenal work though, for real.
It's awesome.
It,
It's
it
a great
really
show.
is. I mean, it started as just a quarantine time waster. He hit me and PFT up, said, "Hey, I want to put some callers up against you guys." We said, "Sure." We did it, and then it just started rolling, and we decided about 3 episodes in, the callers are great. We love our stoolies, but we need to get Barstool people involved, and bam, it exploded. So good for him. Good for him. Got a lot of sports to talk about this weekend. Got a lot to go over. I decided to go into Twitter today and say, "Hey, what are some topics you can give me?" So we're gonna have a topic-filled summer. We're gonna have a topic-filled
Dog days of summer.
Dog days of summer. We're getting into it right now. Before we get into that, if we're going into dog days of summer, I want you boys dressed nice.
I need
want
some new underwear if that's where you're going.
I'm not, but we can get you a full new wardrobe if you'd like.
All right. I definitely need that.
Get you some new T-shirts. Get you some new Cuts clothing. How about that? The sport of business means demanding excellence from your craft and your wardrobe. Your fits need to be versatile, blending timeless style and comfort so you look as good as you feel. For that, there's Cuts clothing. They've taken a classic men's fashion staple, the plain tee, and refined it, combining premium quality with a minimalist aesthetic. I said that very, very well. Cuts shirts, polos, hoodies, and crew sweatshirts are made for the man that works hard, plays hard, and never settles for less, all in the sport of business. In 2016, Cuts founder Steve Borelli set out to create clothes ready for every occasion for the modern man. He started by reinventing the T-shirt. The end result, what GQ calls the only shirt worth wearing. I have 5 or 6 of them, and they are fantastic. They go with a blazer. You can wear them to work out. You can wear them for any situation. I don't often wear them with a blazer because I don't often go out, but I'm going out tonight, and I have the shirt, and I have my blazer here, and I might even throw it on this afternoon to let the ladies look at it.
I would say it's simple but cool. That's kind of what they go for.
Very, very cool. It's not just a lifestyle.
Y'all got me excited about them.
It's not just clothing.
Nice, good material.
It's office leisure apparel for the sport of business. Get 15% off your first order by going to cutsclothing.com/picks. That's cutsclothing.com/picks for 15% off the only shirt worth wearing. All right. Hello. So we got a lot of sports to talk about. Let's start with the horse druggie. Let's start with the Kentucky Derby winner. He hasn't, unless it's happened in the last hour, he hasn't been disqualified yet. He is, it's on appeal right now. It hasn't been finalized. And Bob Baffert, the trainer of Medina Spirit, is going out there and saying it's this, it's that. He's coming up with every excuse in the book. I believe the latest one is they had a grooming horse in there. The grooming horse urinated on something.
And he ate the hay.
He ate the hay of the drugged urine. So that's a phenomenal excuse.
He said that Medina Spirit is a victim of cancel culture.
Cancel culture.
Which is hilarious.
So now Bob Baffert and his excuses are way funnier than anything that could happen out of this.
For sure.
Did y'all see Big Cat's tweet was unbelievable yesterday where he said everybody keeps pointing the finger at the people, but the horse is the one who injected the drugs?
Especially if Bob Baffert's correct, that it would be completely the horse's fault. If he ate the pea soaked hay.
We're gonna put the horse in rehab?
I don't know. I'm just saying what it is, Brandon. I don't know what happened. I'm just saying if Bob Baffert is telling the truth.
I would think if this horse ingested pea-soaked hay, that it would produce such a small amount of the drug that it would tell the people who were testing, you know what, that's just incidental. That's not an actual dose. But if they know what a dose is,
it's kind of like when they put the cream in Barry Bonds' coffee.
Yeah, but Barry Bonds also, his head grew 7 sizes over a summer. So
for sure.
So I don't know if this horse grew 7 sizes over a spring.
I don't know either. I'm just posing the question.
Is Baffert? So have there been other drug situations with him in the Derby, or is this the first one?
I've always heard. I don't. Okay, so I am just a very casual watcher and gambler of horse racing.
Crown.
I only watch the Triple Crown, so I don't. I've always felt like there were jokes last week. Bet on the Baffert horse, he'll be drugged. And I saw that a couple times. I bet on the Baffert horse, but I didn't. It wasn't about the drugs.
He was drugged.
Yeah, apparently he was, but it could have been pea-soaked hay.
For sure. We don't know.
We don't know.
We just don't know.
I
didn't see any needles, Brandon.
Do they really just throw hay out there for these are $1 million horses? I figure they would give them handcrafted hay or something.
I don't know. I feel like they just eat. I mean, hay's hay.
I feel like a tiny person would just be given forks full of hay.
Is there like a filet mignon of hay?
I think that's what I'm saying. There's got to be some sort of designer hay these guys are eating.
I would think so too.
I mean, this isn't the hay that we have just in fields in Mississippi where it's just laying out there. And as a dad, this is your best dad joke that you have in your arsenal. You're driving down the highway. There's a field full of it, and you go, "Hey," and everybody's like, "Hey, what's up?" No, I was saying, "Hey." Best dad joke in the business.
Is that your favorite one?
That's my favorite one.
My dad's as a child was when you say I'm hungry. My dad would say, "Nice to meet you, I'm Larry."
Yeah, that's
great
a good
dad
one
joke.
Too. Fantastic dad joke. What about any dad jokes that come to your mind?
Man, I hadn't spread my seed too much here lately, so
wasn't really the question.
I'm to my knowledge do not have any children.
No, that what? All right. But you had a favorite dad joke.
I did. No, that was that was my dad. My dad's probably.
My dad had a few sayings, but I feel like they're almost too edgy to even say here. But I'll tell you off.
We're gonna if your balls get any more on camera, we're gonna have to get them their own mic.
Me?
Yeah. I mean, your balls are it's just right up in there.
I've got a big ball sack. I can't help it.
It's okay.
Shorts
it's fine.
time.
I know. I didn't even realize this till I randomly just watched. I was on YouTube and I watched a best of Yak, and within 2 seconds it was brought up by Roan.
Your big ball sack?
Yes. On the Yak. I didn't know if that's a thing that's spoken about frequently or that was just like a coincidence that I watched that and it was
when we talk of you, Big Ev, it's all about your ball sack.
He's in a big sack energy, which I appreciate.
Like when your grandmother passed and we were talking about it was ball sack first and then condolences to his family.
Well, I didn't know you guys even gave condolences, so I appreciate it.
We did. And we gave you a card.
No, well, that was the Pick Central group, but we're talking Yak, so I appreciate it.
True,
well.
But I'm on both.
I'm a fan of everyone on the Yak. Big fan.
Mm-hmm. Who are you least a fan of on the Yak? Probably Kyle. Sass. You don't seem like a Sass guy.
No. I'm a big. Honestly, Nick probably doesn't know how much of a fan I am of him.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of Nick. I think he's extremely funny.
I think he's the
also. I
think
he's
here.
extremely nice.
Yeah, nice guy.
So when Nick first got hired, and I would see the stuff he put out. I thought he was so funny, but it would almost be like he's so much smarter than me. That say he would like a tweet of mine or like something on Instagram, and I almost would be in my head thinking, is he trolling me?
Right.
Because he is so much funnier and smarter than I am.
No, you have to
But
watch
he actually
yourself.
is a very nice person.
You have to watch yourself. Because anything you say can just get turned around in a second, and you're just.
I don't watch anything I do.
Well, that's true.
I'm like the same as Jeff. Like
I don't mean watch yourself. No, when you're talking to him, you have to be careful.
Oh, yes. He'll
yeah.
use it against you.
Yeah.
I've already got a commitment from Nick to go see Panic in New York with me, and I think that's going to be unreal content with him laughing at the hippies. I mean, I'm so excited about it.
I don't know what's happening with the chat's just talking about fast food. They're just talking about Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, and Wendy's.
It's Monday.
I don't know. Sometimes they go off on their own thing. I like his Seattle hat. Sometimes they go off on their own thing and just do what they're doing, but they're arguing Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is the truth. Understandable. Ironically, I've got a $15 Chick-fil-A gift card. I don't know what they're talking about.
Good for him.
I think they're talking about affordable fast foods and McDonald's.
Everybody's
and
Already got
Wendy's.
Chick-fil-A on the mind because everybody wants it on Sunday and can't have it. Then Monday, people are craving it.
I'm afraid Chick-fil-A is going to end up getting overrated because just the amount it's getting rated.
I just don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible to overrate it. Only because of the food.
I'm afraid because everything that people just love, eventually there's always got to be the cool guy that has to be like, you know what, everyone likes it, that stinks.
But here's the
there's
thing.
always got to be that guy. And if the cool guy does that, then it gets some steam. I don't love that.
I think they're rating proof, and I'll tell you why. It has nothing to do with the food. If people get tired of the food, whatever. Here's why Chick-fil-A is always going to be undefeated. You pull into a Chick-fil-A lot, you're the 30th car in line. That is equal to being the 5th car in line at Wendy's.
It's so true.
That is equal to being the 7th car in line at
It
McDonald's.
is so true.
The efficiency is just unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
And obviously living in Jersey now, you pull up to those ones in Jersey.
Yeah.
You can be. They got cones in the parking lot. They got people directing traffic.
Big Av, I pulled into one. I bet I was a 75th car. I couldn't get in the parking lot, and there were 4 lanes, 2 on this side, 2 on this side, and all condensing. And boom, 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 boom.
This is the one
15
off
minutes.
The one off 17.
Off 17.
Yep,
above.
I know it all too well. And probably Mawa Paramus-ish. Probably Mawa.
Yeah, it's
maybe?
between. It's almost to Ramsey. Yeah.
Okay, Ramsey.
Might be in Ramsey.
Same area. Yeah, probably Ramsey. They're all 3 kind of right next to each other.
Yeah, I drive past it every day to go work out, and it's one of the hardest things I
That
do.
one,
in my life.
you pull in.
Self brag.
You pull in, think it's going to take an hour, 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Boom.
it's
in and
fantastic. But again, I wish all those people wouldn't go there because it'd be nicer if I could just
out.
go.
It's just a lot of people there.
A lot of, but every Chick-fil-A in America is full all the time. Did I ever tell you my dream?
No.
My dream, and I don't think I would be able to get it because you have to pass a background check. But I want to franchise a Chick-fil-A and put it in my hometown. That's what I want. That's my dream.
The lottery
There's
system.
there's not one in West Point.
No. If I could,
Starville has one though.
Starville has one. Columbus has one as well.
Okay.
But if I could franchise a Chick-fil-A, put it in my hometown, I'd be a conquering hero. I'd be
Also the cheapest.
I'd be the man forever.
You just got to win the lotto.
Yeah, it's not that expensive.
Yeah,
Well,
you just got to win the lottery.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
they make
lottery
you know,
system.
like-
I don't think it's a lottery.
I thought
It
was
is a
some
lottery,
sort
but you have to pass some.
And then
Yeah,
you have
well,
to
of
put
course,
in like
yes.
5 years. They make you put in like 4 or 5, some crazy amount of years as a manager, proving you can do it. There's all kinds of stuff with it.
Well, I don't know if I want to do that. I just want the glory without the work.
That's why it's not for everybody, Brandon. Chick-fil-A.
That's why we're gamblers, right? We want the glory
Yeah.
without the work.
Exactly.
Man,
We want to win quick.
Is Mincy really 26? Yes, Mincy's 26 years old.
Clearly.
Mm-hmm. People say any joke.
Y'all
and
should have
people
seen
just-
me when I was 26.
How was it?
That was the prime of my New Orleans Wild years in like 09 and 10 when the Saints won the Super Bowl.
That was Mincy with a pocket full of poker money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had too much money.
Just running
I had
pussy.
too much money. No, not really. I just had I had too much money and not enough sense.
Okay,
Fair
all right.
enough.
You've worked on that one for a while.
There you go.
I want to talk about one sports item because are you guys aware? And we all know what's happening. I finally figured it out, and I finally learned myself, educated myself to it today. Are you aware of what this NBA play-in tournament is going to look like? We got the playoffs in 8 days. The play-in tournament starts next Tuesday.
Yeah, so it's like the 10 versus the 9, and then the winner of that has to beat the 8 twice?
No.
Okay.
It'd be the 7 twice.
No.
I think.
go ahead. You
None of
explain.
this.
Okay.
It is the 7 versus the 8. The winner of that is the 7 seed.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
It is the 9 versus 10. The winner of that plays the loser of the 7 versus 8. The winner of that is the 8 seed.
Wow.
So
you
But
don't have to beat
isn't
anybody
there,
twice.
Isn't there something that you have to beat them twice?
no,
That was
no,
last
at
year.
all.
That was
that
last
is
year.
that okay. So if the 9 or 10 player team gets in, they will have won twice. The 8 can lose, then win, and they're in.
Okay, interesting.
So they have an advantage. Do you guys realize? I think this will be a 1-year thing. I don't think the NBA really thought this through.
I know what you're about to say after this.
You guys realize the Celtics and the Lakers are going to be in the play-in? As of right now, it might change, but as of right
and Steph Curry.
Celtics. Yeah, the 7-8 in the West could be the Warriors against the Lakers.
It's honestly scary even for the Knicks right now because like we're the 4 seed, we clinched the playoff spot, but there's like one game separating 6 and 4. Yeah. And I think even 7 and 4 is maybe like 2 games. So we still got to keep our shit tight this next week. Make sure we're good.
It's going to be a race to the finish, and the Celtics can get out of that 7th spot. So can the Lakers. I think they're right behind the Blazers, so they can get out of that spot. But as of right now, with 8 days to play, we could see the Lakers. We could see their season end in a play-in tournament. We could see the Celtics. Now, I don't think anybody believes that'll happen.
No.
But it's crazy to think they're the 7th seed now, and they're not a lock to go to the playoff.
It's just stunning. Obviously, they've been injured so much this year, but just to think they are a 7 seed.
Yeah.
I think some of the playoff stuff set up could be wild, too. Steph Curry right now is playing, even by his standards, he's the one-man gang on that team. It's unbelievable to watch. He threw up 24 in the first quarter the other night. It's without Clay. It's. I feel like people aren't appreciating enough what's going on.
His 3-point props. it's like over 6.5 threes in a game minus like 140. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
ridiculous. Is. Like he's like a lock to hit 7 threes a game.
As far as right now, the West is 7 Lakers, 8 Warriors, 9 Grizzlies, 10 Spurs. Now, if I'm the Lakers and I have been injured all year and I've kind of dicked around a little bit, now I'm trying to get better so I can get to make my finals push. I'm going to be in there. If I'm in the play-in tournament, if I don't pass Portland, I'm in there with the Warriors who you're going to be you're tempting fate by facing Steph.
Yeah, because if he's hot, you're going to lose.
The Grizzlies, young legs, probably the team I want to play the most, but still young legs, athletic. And then the Spurs, boy, I know they're a 10 seed, but I just hate looking at that guy across from me if I'm in an elimination game. And on the East, you got the Celtics at 7, the Hornets are 8, the Wizards are 9, and the Pacers are 10.
Wizards even that's a talented team.
Yeah, very talented.
That's not a team you don't want to see for one
They
game.
were 17 and 28 a few weeks ago, and they've been hot lately for sure. Westbrook has been playing phenomenally. And then the West thing, Pelicans are only a game and a half back of the Spurs, and they play the Grizz tonight, but Zion's out, so I don't know.
What did you think of the Pelicans GM getting fined? Was the GM got fined $50,000 for saying it's open season on Zion?
Yeah, he's just trying to protect his guy. I know a lot of people are saying he was crying, but I've watched a ton of the games, and I thought Zion got just hacked a bunch. It's just one of those things. Shaq dealt with this back in the day, too, when you're just so absurdly physical that people don't want to call foul. There's like that dude's unfair. He's like a cheat code, so they let people hit him and beat him up. I felt like he didn't get protected enough, and I don't have a problem with Griffin standing up for his guy. Now, I'll say this. I'm a Pelicans fan. If I was a fan of another team, I'd say he's whining. You know what I mean? But it's my team.
I'm not a fan of the Pelicans. I don't think he's whining.
I don't think he is either. I actually appreciate it. I appreciate when GMs say things like that.
I like that. I don't want a GM just being right down the middle and just not committing to anything. Back your guy up. You're the one that picked him. And you're right. It happened to Shaq. It's happened to other people.
LeBron went through it for a while.
When you're bigger and stronger than everybody else,
exactly.
And you don't get, they treat you different. They foul you different. And if he's not getting the calls, he breaks his finger or whatever. But yeah, I love the GM. I don't think he's whining at all, and I don't think a lot of people would say that he's whining. I think general opinion, public opinion, is probably behind him.
They lost a game against the Nuggets a couple weeks ago where Jokic just hacked the shit out of Zion when the game was on the line, and it was like a big replay video thing. And yeah, it's definitely been a thing, and I can't even believe the Pelicans still even have a chance with the way the season's gone. They had a huge win by 2 against Charlotte last night to keep them alive.
Lonzo's been unreal.
Yeah.
He's taken his game, I feel like, to a whole nother level.
Yeah, he's fun.
Speaking of the NBA, so Luka gets thrown out of the game for a nut punch last night. Wait, if somebody punched you in the nuts, would it kill you or kill them?
Kill me, probably. I haven't been hitting the nuts in a long time.
I don't know the last time I got hit in the nuts. But the best nut hit I ever took was I was umpiring behind the plate without a cup on, and it went right under the catcher and bounced up and got me. That was probably the best nut hit I ever got.
I had a very close call. In lacrosse, I played 1 year lacrosse because I hated the baseball coach. We got into it. We had a falling out. I played lacrosse instead. All my football buddies played it. And I would play defense. I took a shot that hit me probably right next to it, which is it's hard to miss. So I was like, but I had one that I think if it hit direct shot, I legitimately might have lost a testicle.
I'm very glad. I saw that tweet that PFT put out this morning, I believe, of the old nut tap, him doing it to Big Cat walking down the street. I'm so glad I got here post nut tap era.
Oh, I'm just glad like me and my friends have grown out of that phase.
Yeah.
Because once it gets going, like it's dangerous because anyone can catch it at any time. You might turn around and catch just a football, just a line drive to the nuts, anything.
And I have no use for my nuts anymore. I have no use for my penis. It's a very successful penis and nuts. It's had a very good career, but it's pretty much it's winding down now. So my nuts can be had, but I'm just glad I don't live in the nut tap. It still hurts.
You've blown your loads.
I have. Great
documented,
career. Very efficient penis.
Proven, documented.
Yeah. Hall of Fame penis. 4. I would even say for the face it's carrying around. I mean,
4 times.
On. Yeah.
4.
Brandon, 4. Yes. Hi.
Speaking of nuts, boy, do I have a website.
It's in
for
my
you.
hand, man. It's in my hand.
I felt like that's where this was going.
I was going the other way though. Speaking of nuts, MeUndies. How about some MeUndies? How about you want to take care of your nuts and your testicles and everything you got? MeUndies believes that comfort is about more than what's touching your skin. It's about feeling comfortable in your skin. That's why MeUndies not only uses sustainable, breathable, soft as heck fabric, but they give you endless styles to choose from. It's total comfort inside and out. Yes, boys, your day's different when those testicles are comfortable. It just is. MeUndies offers classic colors to ridiculous prints, so you can fully express yourself in your own unique way. MeUndies are available in a range of sizes from extra small to 4XL. Fist bump, Big Ev. Never leave your couch again with a MeUndies membership, a monthly subscription that sends new pairs right to your door. Each month you'll choose new undies, socks, or a bralette and pick the style or color or print that feels most to you. Please enjoy discounted pricing, free shipping, and exclusive early access to new launches. Love your butt and get the membership. To give you your 15% off your first order and free shipping, go to MeUndies.com/picks. That's MeUndies.com/picks.
I want some MeUndies.
Yeah, it's good underwear. We pretty much got our whole body covered today, and then we'll get to the nuts in just a minute. So, DK Metcalf ran a my pen is
10.37.
10.37 failed miserably. Went out there and tried to run against sprinters and finished 9th. Massive disappointment, wouldn't you guys say?
No. I mean, he's 6'3", 230 or whatever. He's running against guys that are like
It's not a measurement contest. It's a race.
I guess to play devil's advocate to that, I mean, Usain Bolt was 6'5".
Yeah.
Fastest guy that's ever lived.
I mean, he wasn't,
But he's a football player.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'd love to see those guys try to cover him.
That would be fun.
They'd get smoked.
I would watch
look how much attention he brought to this race. We wouldn't even know the damn thing existed.
I don't know.
Also, I have an appreciation for sprinter fast versus a football fast.
Yeah.
Some people are just fast with pads on.
That's true.
Just that adrenaline fast. You just when you need to go, you go.
Yeah, sometimes they run slower 40s, and then on the game.
You need that little. You need that boost. You need that guy to run past, get away from.
It does remind you how incredible sprinter speed is when you see a DK Metcalf, who you saw like chase down people from behind, and Buda Baker, right? Chase down guys from behind, 30 yards behind, and now he gets out there and he finishes 9th. Now he looked great. It was awesome. He looked like he belonged. But sprinter speed's just different speed.
Different.
They live for that's their job.
The only thing that they do is run in a straight line.
Yes.
Well, 100-meter dash, run straight line.
So yeah, there you go. DK Metcalf does that. I had Rory Mcilroy wins golf tournament yesterday.
Good for him though, because he's been struggling a bunch. Rory lately, he tried to the golf pulled the copycat thing. Everybody tried to copy Bryson last fall, and Rory said he tried to in October, and he really messed his swing up and lost his confidence. And so this is a big win for him, and he's done well at Wells Fargo. I think he's won it 3 times now.
Some idiot in the chat says horrible take from B-Walk. Do you really think I believe DK Metcalf failed? No, he's an Ole Miss guy, and he went to Oxford High School, which is one of the rivals of West Point High School, the best high school football program in the state of Mississippi. So I've been a rival of DK Metcalf since he was like 14 years old.
Fair enough.
And then he went to Ole Miss, and he continued the rivalry there. So I always hate on him, but
and he started the dog pee in Starkville too. He was the originator before.
Yeah, he's the one that lost you guys the 2019 Egg Bowl because he did that, and then Elijah Moore copied him.
Yeah, and then got me to Barstool.
And then if DK Metcalf was a Mississippi State guy, he'd say coming in 9th was the most incredible feat of the calendar year. Yeah, no fucking shit. Of course I would. What did you just get here, idiots? What happened between Jake and Hank? I have no idea. I haven't. What happened?
That was video
the
of Jake?
I was there. No, I know because it was stool string.
That
was stool.
video.
We're talking about the ping pong video from last week.
I was the play-by-play.
Are they still upset about each other?
I mean, that was one of those for Hank. That's like you have to toe that line. Whether if we're not in this building, employees, I think I'm punching him in his face.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't stop me.
I think if a grown man,
I love seeing Jake get that emotional.
I loved it though from Jake. I thought that was
I
hilarious.
love seeing Jake because Jake's
Loved
so
it.
reserved. Like
So funny.
seeing him get fired, he's great.
I'm the best in the office.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm the best one here.
Yeah,
Incredible.
Just a guy coming out of his shell and that competitive juice.
And
flowing.
after I watched him have a little freak out on the dozen, I knew he had a little fire in
You
him.
knew it was laying there a little
It was
bit?
there. Once I saw that when he slammed the table, and then immediately threw a cheating accusation at the other
Yeah.
table, I was like, he's got some gusto and he got a little fire.
And
in there.
Hank knows how to bring it out of people. He control.
No, Jake is like a very tranquil mountain that's
Yes.
just laying there, but there's a volcano beneath the surface.
Well, because he's a journalist at heart, so he won't give opinions. Like he won't give a personal, like he'll give his opinion on how maybe a team's gonna do, but he won't give like his opinion on like a player if they're like good guy, bad guy, whatever. Like he won't say what he thinks in that regard. But that was some big time Pete Weber energy.
I loved it.
Big time.
I found an incredible website you've got to check out. Nuts.com is the best kept secret of savvy snackers across the country. Nuts.com isn't just for nut lovers. It's got everything in a pantry. It's your one-stop online pantry shop. They've got candies, dried fruits, pantry items like baking mixes, pasta, and more. The simple and convenient way to have nutritious, delicious, healthy nuts, dried fruit, flours, and grains, and so many other high-quality foods delivered straight to your door. They have over 4,000 products to choose from, including healthy kid-family snacks like dried strawberries and custom trail mix. They got raw, organic, roasted, salted, and candied nuts, all of them you can imagine, even chocolate-dipped. Nuts.com is the best. New Nuts.com customers get free shipping on your first order when you text Barstool to 64,000. So text Barstool to 64,000 to get free shipping on your first order from Nuts.com. That's Barstool to 64000. Terms apply. Available at nuts.com/terms. Why don't we go through picks right now? And then we'll do our discussion our discussion topic the last 10 minutes of the show, 12 minutes of the show.
Okay, cool.
Sounds good.
Because I do have a topic, and I want to include the Mount Rushmore of nuts, pecans, pistachios, almonds.
I'm an almond fan.
D's nuts.
It's good. It was good.
It wasn't bad, but
It was good.
I was trying to give a legitimate answer. Why didn't I just say D's nuts to that guy? We could have been done with this.
Because TJ said it first.
No, I know, but I right. He's clever. I'm not. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's do picks. I don't know. Do we have the standings right now that you can throw up on the screen? We should have.
I think I'm technically in second. I believe. Marty's
yeah,
in
hold on one
first.
second.
We should definitely have the standings ready every day to have thrown on the screen. If you don't have them ready today, fine. We can learn from that and go forward.
I know they were on Twitter earlier.
Yeah, I don't know is Marty still in first?
I believe he is.
And I'm 15 and 18.
I think we're all kind of like he's up like a little. We're all kind of just down just a little.
Just kind of laying there.
Yep.
The competition for this month really hasn't kicked into overdrive yet. So I'm dead last. Okay.
Marty hadn't played in a while because he was 8-8 after Thursday.
Marty, well, he's been on the West
Yeah,
Coast.
he
I
understood.
think he just unplugs when he does that. Double vodka Don coming on. Mincy
Yeah.
is down. So we're all about right there.
I mean, we're
together.
all
We're just-
way,
that's what I'm
way
saying.
in it
We're all
right
kinda
now.
just there.
Nobody's done anything but too bad yet. Now, Marty also 7:30 a.m. is real early to have him be due.
This is
Oh, that's true.
This is a best in show bit. Pine nut, pistachio nut, all natural white pistachio. I love that movie so much. It's Harlan Pepper. He's driving. He can name nuts. He can name all the nuts. Okay, nobody likes that. All right, here we go. Bam, Big Ev, you go first.
All right, got the
Okay, I'm on the screen.
All right, go ahead.
I'll go first. I don't know why. Why did we do that? Big Ev's up first.
I got Reds -1.5. They kill the Pirates. I got the Red Sox Orioles over 9, and I got the Milwaukee Bucks -6.5 at San Antonio tonight.
I'm going against you on one. I'll go next. So I am going with I got the Red Sox Orioles under 9. It is based on nothing other than just a gut feeling. I'm just going to tell you, there's no research involved. There's no this involved, that involved. I just look. I know the Red Sox have Perez going, I believe.
Lopez gives up a lot of home runs.
I know. I'm just going
They
with the
both
under.
got decent lineups.
It's
That
a
was my
gut.
thought.
It's a gut. I like Pacers 6.5. They were actually, I think they came out almost plus money, but it was. It has screamed the other way. I believe they're playing the Cavs. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
The Cavs are.
I think they're like 1-13 against the
they're
spread.
completely tanking for pick at this point.
You didn't know that, did you?
I was about to fucking say it.
Do you have it written down?
I don't have it written down. I have it in my head. I was trying to say it.
It was in my head too. Sorry. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I said it.
Just don't say my stats.
I didn't think you were going to say that. I thought I had a good one.
I was in the process of saying it. Warriors money line plus 123, and Panthers money line. This is another one. They came out at like a little bit of plus money. That thing has screamed the other way. So Panthers money line, big game tonight. They're playing. Is it the Lightning? They're playing another very, very good team. So Panthers money line there. Ben Mintz.
All right, we got 3 picks, underdogs in. Well, first we got the over and the Hawks Wizards because these Wizards overs have been so insane. I actually was surprised it was 236 today and a half. I thought it was going to be like 240 something. I'm actually against Deb. I'm taking the Spurs as 6.5 point dog against the Bucks. I just think the Spurs got a lot to play for. They're only up a game and a half right now on the Pels, so that 10 spot. And I'm taking Golden State plus 3 against Utah just because I love Steph Curry at home.
That's the same way. I think they're in that 8 spot. They could theoretically play their way up a little bit.
I mean, if it's Utah Golden State first round and Curry, I mean, that could be.
Oh, yeah.
Because I agree with what Ev was saying. I don't believe in Utah yet, playoff-wise.
No.
Mitchell's had that hurt ankle, so that's kind of hurt him.
No, let's say the seeds hold, and let's say the Lakers end up being the 7,
They play the Suns.
and the Warriors end up the 8.
The Lakers beat the Suns
So
last
the
night
one-
without LeBron.
That would be a shame for the Suns if that's the case. That's just a tough draw.
Yeah, the 1 would
It's
get
tough luck.
the 1 would get Steph Curry, the 2 would get LeBron and AD. So
I'll say this now: if the Warriors end up playing Utah in the first round, lock me in on a Warriors series bet.
you think so?
I wonder what the line
I
of
will
the
t-
series
well, no,
is going to be.
I don't think it'll be crazy. I would
No.
think it would be like plus like
3-1?
Now the Jazz are 50-18. I mean, they got a great record.
It's true. I just don't believe in them. Like I really just don't believe in it. I feel like Gobert will kind of find himself not really have a spot in the series as much as he plays probably in the regular season. I don't know. I'm not really a Donovan Mitchell believer either, and I'm just a Curry guy through and through.
I always feel the same about the Bucks when they get in the playoffs. Like, yeah, they always have a good record. They're always right in the mix, but I just don't believe they're going to beat a good team in 7 games.
I don't either. I believe in them more than the Jazz for sure, but not enough to think. I don't think they're going to go to the finals.
Yeah. So we'll have, I believe, again, we're 8 days. Ari is getting my wrestling. I got an interview in just a minute. I'm very nervous about it. So
Must be a good one if
yeah.
you're nervous.
it's a real showstopper of an interview. That do anything for you?
I'm nervous now.
What? You all right?
Yeah, dude, that's my favorite ever. No, you
That
got
was
me.
genuine.
Yeah.
That was genuine.
Dude, that's my favorite ever. Oh,
It's
my
a
God.
real showstopper of an interview. So I'm, as Ben Mintz goes,
And I hate when these things because I have no clue who it is.
it's the greatest of all time.
The Heartbreaker,
The Heartbreak Kid.
the icon,
Shawn
the
Michaels.
showstopper,
Shawn
the
Michaels.
main event of the
So
evening.
you said the greatest all time, and I knew it wasn't The Rock, but when you said that, I was like, is
Well,
The Rock
he's
the
certainly
greatest?
one that has a claim. Ric Flair has a claim.
I don't watch enough to claim who's the GOAT.
Ric Flair has a claim. Stone Cold has a claim. There's many that have a claim to the GOAT.
Fair enough.
And there's not really one accepted. To me, it's Shawn. But yeah, I'll be talking to him for tomorrow's wrestling. So if you like professional wrestling and you haven't listened to wrestling yet, you're an idiot. So please like and subscribe and check it out because I'll be talking to. I got 2 interviews for tomorrow. I got him and another guy from NXT that I'll be announcing tomorrow morning. All right, so
I have
go
one
ahead.
other thing to add. Large and Robbie Fox crushed the Canelo coverage. Did y'all watch that fight Saturday?
I didn't watch the fight. Did you watch the fight?
No, I didn't get to. I didn't get to watch.
I just saw that. I followed their coverage the whole time and just thought they did an awesome job.
I'm the exact same way. I didn't watch the fight. I didn't want to watch the fight, but I know you couldn't go on Twitter without seeing Large and Robbie, and particularly Large. I mean, Robbie did great too, but Large with the point from Canelo after the
Large
fight.
Large is a boxing. Like he's like even
Yeah.
he boxed when he was younger. He's legit. He knows what he's talking about.
That's 73,000 people at the spot box. It was the biggest. It broke the Superdome Ali fight record.
No, incredible. Like I just wish because I got into a tidbit with someone yesterday about boxing, and I love boxing. I just hate what they've done with it. Like just the model of the sport. They've just made belts worthless.
Where are Tyson Fury and Joshua fighting? Do we know? Are they fighting just in Vegas or are they fighting in a stadium?
I don't know if it's even picked yet. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm almost. I think they know when they're fighting. I'm pretty sure it's in the summer, but I don't know if they know where they're fighting. Chat, if you could tell me, Brandon, nobody likes WWE. Yeah, that's why millions of people watch it every week. You dumb fucking idiot.
So Eddie Hearn, who promoted this past weekend's fight, said that Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua is 100% being announced this week.
Okay.
All
There
right.
we go. So we'll find out.
We will find out very, very soon. I thought they had the date already.
I think
That's my mistake.
I think Fury's going to annihilate him.
I think Tyson Fury is boxing's biggest shot as a super duper star.
For sure. I think so too.
I think boxing.
The performance he had against Wilder in the second fight was awesome.
Yeah.
The first fight was incredible, but him just outclassing him in the second one, that was special.
All right, so here's my topic for the day that we'll be doing all summer. I've already got like 60 topics, so we're good. Best shooting star players in the history of sports. What do I mean by shooting stars? They lit up the night sky for a brief time. They went, and they were good for 1, 2, maybe 3 years, a very, very short time, and then they just fizzled out for whatever reason. I'm going to exclude modern running backs because they're built to go 1, 2, 3 years. So I don't really think we have to talk about a running back here. But when it comes to baseball, when it comes to basketball, when it comes to football, I think there's a lot. So chat, get to work. And best shooting stars. I think one of the greatest all time was injury related. Bo Jackson was the biggest athlete, maybe the biggest. He was as famous as Michael Jordan in the late 80s. He was as big. And then he got hurt. It ended, and Michael Jordan, went on to be what he was. But Bo Jackson is probably the greatest shooting star of all time. But he got hurt. So, best shooting stars of all time. I have 3 off the top of my head. There are 2 basketball, one baseball.
Well, would you consider Penny a shooting star?
I think you would. I think you would have to.
Yeah.
I must think with Bo Jackson, he'd kind of have to be like 1B.
I think Grant Hill is potentially. I'm getting them already. Brandon Roy is a great example.
Yes, Brandon Roy was awesome. He was in mine as well.
Yeah, his career was a
He
shame.
would have been awesome for a long time if it wasn't for the injuries.
Baseball,
I think he's got a couple too. Like one of baseball, Chris Davis.
Like
anyone who hits over 50 home runs in a season and then you just fall off a planet.
Brady
that's
Anderson. I got Mike Hampton for baseball. Mike Hampton, you thought he was going to be an ace for a long time. He just fell off.
I got to think shooting star in New York, the Linsanity thing was nuts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was just like
That's 3 weeks, though.
Yeah, but I mean, you said shooting star.
It was, though. He was, especially being, like, he was the guy, man.
I mean,
he
how
was
big
going
it was,
crazy.
though.
Because especially when it really got huge was that game he played against Kobe, against the Lakers, and he had like 38, and they won it over. That was insane.
Derrick Rose, too, because the injuries. When he won the MVP, I think is one.
Tim Lincecum from the chat is very, very good.
Yeah.
I've got Michael Redd in basketball. Remember when he first? I feel
like Lincecum too. I feel like. What are we saying is the cap on a shooting star?
I don't know that we are.
How many good seasons?
I don't know.
5?
I don't know that we are. I think we're just kind of. Lincecum
Isaiah
probably
Thomas,
would be
Celtics. Isaiah Thomas, that Celtics year was a shooting star year when he went nuts and they traded him for Kyrie and he never did.
He took it to another level.
Yeah, that was one.
Grady Sizemore is a good one. I thought Grady Sizemore was going to be a great player for a long time, as did Rocco Baldelli. I thought I drafted him in 7 straight fantasy drafts, and nothing ever happened.
Honestly, for me, as a Yankees fan, Jabba Chamberlain,
good one.
I thought he was, especially when he came to the bullpen and was so great out of the pen.
Yeah,
I was like, this guy's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah,
that just didn't happen.
Fantastic one.
Phil Hughes was the same way in the Yankees.
Phil Hughes,
agreed.
What about Gilbert Arenas? Was he good enough for a long enough time?
I think he fits because as someone who owned multiple pairs of his shoes, was a big fan of his.
I thought he was
going to
be
in 8th grade. Awesome.
A huge star for a long time, and then he just stopped being good. He just stopped.
Like Agent Zero.
Was it the gun incident in the locker room?
I think that was the beginning of the end.
Lost a lot of it at poker.
Beginning of the end.
Apparently, he was not good at. He loved the high stakes poker.
But he liked playing the poker, huh?
Yeah, apparently he wasn't very good at it too. I never got to play with him.
Matt Harvey for sure. Yeah, I could see Matt.
I think he counts. Because he didn't do it for long enough. But they, especially being in like a New York town, I mean, he was like the guy. You got to think there was a point in time that they were saying people were picking him over like DeGrom and Syndergaard.
Somebody has one that just hurts me to my soul. When the Dolphins signed Dante Culpepper from the Vikings, I thought, all right, we're back. We are back. And then he just stunk.
But I feel like he had a long enough run with the Vikings to not be
I don't think it was that long, though. I think it was probably 90 – because he wasn't – the guy in 98, it was Cunningham.
Yeah.
So I think he was like 99 to 03 maybe.
Okay, maybe.
When Jeff
he might have been
was
longer.
at some point too.
Actually,
I just felt like he was around for a little bit.
You know what? I think that we signed him in 07, 06.
So I just felt like he had a nice little run as the Vikings starter.
I got an interesting one. The 1 year Carson Wentz almost won the MVP and got hurt in Philly, and he hadn't been the same since. That was a shooting star.
Yeah,
year.
if he doesn't turn around.
We'll see what happens in Indy, but that's what one that feels
No, that's
like
a very good one, too.
Kurt Warner striking lightning that year. I mean, he ended up having a good career, though. He had a good career.
Yeah, he came back with the Cardinals and should have won a Super Bowl.
But, like, for the Giants, he, like, Eli and him.
Yeah, he got benched for it. Yeah.
He was like he wasn't a shooting star. He was like a comet that was like on schedule. Like every 3 years he would shoot across the sky.
Yeah, he was like a shooting star, and then he fell back, and then he was a shooting star again.
Yeah, he had a good year for the Giants, right?
We were 5-4 when they benched him. Like he was playing solid football.
So he had the Rams career, then he had that, and then he had the Cardinals resurgence late.
Yeah, and almost won the Super Bowl.
I mean, he was awesome. Wearing the gloves, I loved it. Gloves on both hands.
Kurt Warner, man.
Slinging the rock.
That's one of the all-time just what are we doing seasons. Where'd this team come from when the Rams just not only got good in 1 year, they got dominant in 1 year. And
they were most fun, too. That was like the year the NFL changed, that Greatest Show on Turf. That was coming out of the Elway back-to-back and the end of Favre. That was Well,
it's almost like you just got like 3 potential future Hall of Famers out of nowhere. Like you get Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce,
and
almost
Falk.
like kind of
Falk was
Marshall
unreal.
Falk, 4.
Yeah, that team
just all out of nowhere, basically.
Was Matt Kemp for the Dodgers a shooting star?
I think you could say that.
Him and Yasiel Puig, I thought.
Yeah, Puig.
I would give it to Kemp because Kemp won an MVP.
Yeah.
And then kind of just did nothing after that.
Yeah.
Just had injuries and
they had that whole outfield. Ethier too. That whole outfield was like that.
Because Kemp played for a bunch of teams. He was on the Rockies.
The
He played
Braves.
for the Padres.
Yeah.
Played in a few teams.
That's great.
That's a good list.
Patrick Willis. No, I think Patrick Willis was.
He was awesome. He just retired.
He retired early. He had a good 9-year career.
He had a short career, but he was great the entire time. I'm not going to hate on Patrick Willis. He's the one Ole Miss guy that I will never hate on.
He gave the commencement address for Ole Miss the other day for graduation, and other P. Willie, I taught him how to eat a crawfish at a frat party. That's one of my best claims to fame.
Really?
I did.
Love that.
Pike House, Ole Miss. Yep.
He didn't know how?
He had no clue. He's from Tennessee, from rural Tennessee.
Why don't you? Yeah, he's from Buxton. No, he's
Brewston.
Brewston. Yeah, okay.
Very tiny.
Right up there between Jackson and something Brownsville or
He was
something.
just a 2-star recruit, man. Because
Yeah.
he was coming out of a small school. He had a tough upbringing.
You guys fired the coach for recruiting that class that included him.
Yeah, that cut class.
Yep. How can you just tell everybody right now? Pretend you have a crawfish in your hand. How would we eat it?
Okay, all you do. The main thing is all you have to do is tear the one small top part and just pinch it out. You can just do it so quick. You just it's very easy. The whole thing is just to pinch it out.
Pinch it out.
I need to figure. My bad. I wish I could do.
We should get some crawfish.
I got a guy up here. I'm working on that.
You got a guy. You got a crawfish guy already?
Yeah, we got a Louisiana connection in that Gumbo Brothers that Large and I went to, and they say they got crawfish next few weeks. I sent a group chat. None of y'all responded. I wanted to get a Barstool crawfish.
I don't like crawfish.
I thought a Barstool crawfish bowl would be fun.
I want to go to one of those things where they lay all the newspaper out and they just dump a big boil.
That's a crawfish boil.
I've always wanted to be a part of it.
The only thing is, if we do it in the office, it would smell the office up.
I don't think we don't care.
Okay, maybe it was late afternoon.
Fuck the rest of the office. People walk around here. I mean, it smells like weed in here all the time.
And I mean, Brandon, don't be a narc.
I'm sorry.
What about the surviving Barstool? Smelled like shit for days.
I wasn't here that week. I was on.
That was a stench.
That was a rancid.
I don't use
stench.
the word stench very often.
Yes.
That was a legitimate stench.
It was bad.
Prince Fielder is a good one.
Yes.
You know who else? Prince Fielder and Ryan Howard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Howard. It was like he had probably had a 50 home run year, a couple big home run years, and then he just batted like 190.
Brady Anderson 50 bomb year.
Yeah. That was 96, I believe.
Yeah, that was one.
Man, Ryan Howard, I just remember just dominating for the Phillies. They win the World Series, and then like 3 years later, he signs a minor league deal with the Braves.
It's amazing. That happens quite a bit in baseball.
He blew his what out?
His Achilles.
You said that very Achilles.
Achilles.
Like Aquila and the Bee. You ever seen that?
Great movie.
Mm-hmm. I think I've referenced that multiple times.
I have the same thing as her. I have a very, when I talk, I do one of these.
Really?
Not the same as her, but I get a little. Rhythm? I'm a handsy guy. I'm a hands talker.
I just don't like the ending, where they throw it back and forth.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. And then nobody wins.
Yeah,
I need a winner.
Well, that's what I wanted. So, I guess the show's about to end. I wish I'd gotten to watch the whole fight. I always get thrown off in box. Like, get off the stool, man.
Yeah.
Why didn't you get off the stool?
Yeah. Somebody says Josh Hamilton.
I think he counts.
But he's a different one. Yes, he counts.
He had a massive journey to get to that place, so I can appreciate that.
He had to work to overcome a bunch of crap. Then he had his moment, and then it was
America has that home run derby at Yankee Stadium. That was unbelievable.
I still wish
he lost that home run derby, by the way.
He did, but it's the performance. No one even. I think Joe Mauer won. I think I'm a weird fan that would just remember that, but I think most people wouldn't remember who won that.
I still wish that his home run in the World Series in Game 6 in 2011 had won the World Series. That's a great story for Josh Hamilton. And I hate the Cardinals. I don't like the Cardinals at all. The Cardinals are fine. I just don't like their fans that pretend to be the best in baseball. Anytime you say I'm the best and we're the best fan base in this, we're the best fans in that, you're a bunch of assholes. You're not the best fan base. So I wish Josh Hamilton in 2011 had won the World Series with that home run instead of David Freese.
Yeah.
That ball should have been caught in right field.
Yeah.
Ball should have been caught. It is what it. Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
Like,
that
I
playoff.
don't know. He won a
I
Super
don't
Bowl.
think he ever was like.
He just had a 4-game great stretch.
Yeah.
He wasn't even ever really that good in the
No,
season.
he had a phenomenal.
Dontrell Willis,
Justin
maybe?
Morneau,
Dontrell Willis is.
Dontrell Willis.
That was my
That's
guy,
first ballot
man.
guy right there.
That was my guy. He was like appointment television when he pitched. When
Yep.
he was in his prime.
All right, there's the music. That was a good show.
Enjoyed
Good.
it.
I like discussion summer.
I like it as well.
I like it
good
too.
good ending topic. To end the show.
Interacts well
Yeah.
with the listeners.
All right, Rico will be here Wednesday this week. Marty won't be back till next Monday, so it'll be mostly us three all week. Unless Smitty comes in, we'll, of course, welcome him. The Yak is up next.